last week, Alejandro Mayorkas, he is the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. He testified in front of Congress that the border is under control, that there are no open borders under the Biden administration. And you know what? He's right. Let's talk about it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, all my binary gendered friends out there. Welcome to the Ghetto Sapien channel. This is Keith. Let's talk about tonight's topic. Like I said, Department of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, he testified in front of Congress and swore that the border, the southern border, is under control of the United States, and there's no open border policy. So no matter what you see on TV, or if you went to the border yourself and saw migrants just like spilling across the border, the caravans we heard about before, that doesn't mean a thing because everything's under control. There's an entity that is controlling the border passage. And I guess we shouldn't worry about it because theoretically there's no such thing as an open border. And I think that's true. And I'll give you my reason why in a moment. But first, let's see if Mayorkas actually believes what he said when he says the border's under control. Because it looks just like, I don't know, January 29th, leaked audio, Biden's DHS security admits border is worse now than in at least 20 years, if not ever. That was in the Daily Mail, again, January 26th of this year. So, I don't know. Looks like he doesn't believe his own words, but I believe him because, again, I believe there's no such thing as an open border. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Maybe get a visual
Beneath
on
this
this.
border bridge in Del Rio, Texas, a group of migrants grows by the hour. The men, women, and children, mostly from Haiti. Tonight, they number nearly 15,000, tripling in size since Wednesday. All waiting in near 100-degree heat, washing clothes in the Rio Grande and sleeping outside for a chance to claim asylum.
We need the administration, Secretary Mayorkas, the Vice President, and the President to call this what it is. This is a crisis.
Okay, so that looks like an open border. It looks like it's not under control, but again, it is. Whenever you have a disparity of opportunity between 2 points, point A may be in the United States, point B may be in Mexico, and every place south, there is not going to be an open border. That does not lend itself, a situation like that, to an open, uncontrolled border. So it's controlled. It's just not by us. Our border is being controlled by these guys right here. I'm sure no one's surprised. So here we go. Daily Mail reports, and I think it was just today, in fact, so it's pretty fresh. Exclusive. People are the new dope. Mexican cartels are seizing on Biden's lax border policies to run a multi-million-dollar human trafficking scheme, and are using families as decoys to smuggle single adults and drugs from elsewhere. So they are racking it in. See here the prices. So all those people you saw, the Haitians, you saw just 15,000 people wandering in the country who may be drained on our resources, but the Mexican cartels sees them as, here it shows, that Mexican citizens crossing the river are said to be worth $2,500 apiece. Venezuelans, Guatemalans, or Hondurans, $3,000. Chinese migrants, damn, $5,000. And if they're from the Middle East or Russian, they're paid $9,000. They pay $9,000 across the border. That is some good damn money right there. I noticed Haitians weren't on that list. I wonder how much they were charging for them. Anyway, all those people you see lining up to cross the border, getting passage through the border, through coyotes and things like that. It's money. It's a big money operation. whenever you have a disparity, like I said, of opportunity, of resources from point A to point B, is in someone's interest to control access and movement between those 2 points, because there are people willing to pay, like you see, Chinese 5,000, the Russians 9 grand. I mean, what are they paying in rubles or something like that? But that's a lot of money. It's a lot of incentive to control that access. So there are no open borders. At least not the southern border. It is not open. I bet you it's under more control than the United States under the Biden administration's ever exercised on that border, because there's a financial incentive for it to be controlled. There's probably financial incentive for it to be open as well from our side. So it's a win-win for probably the United States and the Mexican cartels. It is definitely a losing situation for the citizens of the United States as we watch inflation just drive the prices of everything up. And we're hearing that there might be food shortages. So I think eventually when some of that stuff comes home and we start paying attention to it, we're going to also look at the border and with a different light too. When we see more people coming over, who unfortunately are just going to be a drain on resources that are limited. This is an Eden where we have unlimited resources. Every country has a limit on water, food, shelter, sewage, things like that. So those are things we have to take into account. Medicine, we only have X amount of doctors and nurses and medical staff and medicine. So the more people you bring in, unfortunately, the more strain you put on these systems. So the people in control on the Mexican side, the cartels are making money. The elite, I'm willing to bet, they would not allow this to happen unless it benefited them. So the elite that run this country are benefiting from it. The people who are paying are us. And so I think it's something we need to pay attention to more and more and stop being distracted by some of the stories that are being thrown in front of us that really don't matter as much as securing the borders. But that's my take on this. Like I said, no open borders. None. Anyway, what do you got to say? Like, share, comment, and subscribe.